Trump declares war on homelessness. What it means for our cities. Patriot's plan to reclaim America's streets. President Trump has launched a bold new plan to tackle homelessness in America's cities. He aims to clear the streets of tent cities and get people off drugs through tough measures. Trump signed an order to ban urban camping across the country. It's a big move, folks. Anyone living on sidewalks or in parks could be arrested. The president says these areas have become drug dens and crime zones. He wants to set up special tent cities instead. But these won't be for permanent living. They're meant to get people clean and back on their feet. Trump calls it tough love to save lives. Local police will work with federal agents to clear out existing camps. It's going to be a massive operation, unlike anything we've seen before. Trump's putting together an all-star team to fight this war on homelessness. The Department of Housing and Urban Development will lead the charge. They'll work with Health and Human Services to tackle the drug problem. The president's bringing in the big guns from law enforcement, too. The Justice Department and Homeland Security will help round up the homeless and shut down camps. But it's not just the feds. Trump's reaching out to governors and mayors who are tough on crime. He wants everyone on board for this crusade to clean up our streets and make America's cities great again. Trump's war on homelessness could reshape America's urban centers. Cities may see dramatic changes to their public spaces and face tough choices about how to respond. Some cities might go along with Trump's plans. They could round up homeless folks and ship them off to tent cities. But others, they're going to fight back, folks. Liberal cities like San Francisco and New York, they're not going to take this lying down. No, sir. They'll probably sue to block Trump's orders. It'll be a showdown between the feds and sanctuary cities all over again. Small towns might welcome the help. They don't have the resources to deal with homelessness on their own. Trump's offering a quick fix. Some mayors will jump at the chance to clean up their streets fast. Picture this. Parks overrun with tents and trash. Sidewalks you can't even walk on. That's what we've got now in a lot of places. But Trump's plan? It'll change all that overnight. Parks will be for picnics again, not makeshift camps. Downtown areas could see a revival. Businesses might come back once the streets are cleared. Of course, there's a price. Those tent cities on the outskirts of town, they'll be eyesores. And who knows what kind of problems they'll bring. Crime, disease, you name it. It's a trade-off, folks. Clean city centers or massive camps on the edges. That's the choice Trump's giving America's cities. Trump's new homelessness plan will shake things up big time for folks on the streets. It's going to change where they live and how they get help. Some say it's about time. Others worry it's too harsh. Folks, let me tell you. Trump's got a plan to clean up our streets like you wouldn't believe. He's talking about these massive tent cities. Can you believe it? They're going to round up the homeless and put them in these camps. It's tough love, but that's what we need. Now, some bleeding hearts are crying foul. But listen here. This is about getting these people off the sidewalks and into a controlled environment. It ain't luxury, but it's a roof over their heads. For the long haul, Trump's shifting money away from fancy housing programs. He's putting it into rehab and mental health services instead. It's a whole new ball game, folks. Let me tell you, the liberals have been coddling these folks for too long. Trump's bringing back good old-fashioned mental institutions. It's about time. He's going to get these people the help they need, whether they like it or not. No more roaming the streets in a drug-induced haze. It's rehab time, baby. Trump's plan is all about tough love. He's going to make addiction treatment mandatory for the homeless. It's not going to be easy, but it's what needs to be done to clean up our cities. Wake up, America. This is how we solve the homeless crisis once and for all. Trump's war on homelessness has sparked fierce debates about rights and freedoms. It's setting up epic legal battles that could reshape how America deals with its most vulnerable folks. The Constitution doesn't say anything about a right to shelter, but Trump's critics say his plans violate other rights. They claim forcing homeless people into tent cities is cruel and unusual punishment. That's a no-no under the Eighth Amendment. Some legal eagles argue it tramples on freedom of movement, too. They say you can't just round people up and stick them somewhere. That's not how America works, folks. Trump's team fires back that public safety trumps everything else. They say cities are turning into open-air toilets and drug dens. Something's gotta give. The lefty lawyers are already sharpening their pencils. Groups like the ACLU are gearing up for a fight. They're calling Trump's plan unconstitutional and inhumane. These do-gooders say criminalizing homelessness makes things worse. It pushes people deeper into the shadows, makes them scared to ask for help. Some groups are filing lawsuits faster than you can say, "Objection." They want to stop the tent cities before they even start. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out legal brawl, folks. Trump's supporters say these groups care more about winning cases than fixing the problem. They claim the advocates are living in la-la land, ignoring the crisis on our streets. Folks, let me tell you, Trump's homeless plan has got people fired up. You won't believe the chaos it's causing in our cities. Patriots, listen up. Some brave Americans are standing with Trump. They're sick and tired of seeing tents and needles on their streets. These heroes want their neighborhoods back. But the libs are losing their minds over this, I tell you. They're out there protesting, calling Trump's plan cruel and un-American. Can you believe it? They'd rather have druggies and crazies roaming free. Small business owners are split. Many are cheering Trump on, hoping to see customers return to their shops. Others worry tent cities will just move the problem. Homeowners near proposed shelter sites are up in arms. They fear property values will tank. But Trump says he'll make their neighborhoods great again. It's a war out there, folks. A war for the soul of our cities. Whose side are you on? Trump's war on homelessness aims to drastically reduce street populations in major cities. The administration has set bold targets and plans to track progress closely. The White House says they'll slash homelessness by 75% in the first year. They claim 500,000 people will be off the streets by 2026. Trump's team plans to count the homeless monthly in 50 big cities. They'll track how many enter shelters and housing programs. The goal is 0 tent cities by the end of 2025. Officials say 1 million new low-cost homes will be built. Half of those are set for areas with the worst homeless problems. Some experts think the targets are way too ambitious. They say even a 20% drop would be huge. Homeless advocates worry about forced relocation. They predict lawsuits over civil rights issues. Critics say the plan ignores root causes like mental health and addiction. They claim shuffling people around won't fix the real problems, but supporters believe Trump's get-tough approach is just what's needed. They say years of soft policies have failed.